Welcome to the Football Show on PLZ Soccer, sponsored by Arnold Clark. I'm Peter Martin. It's Wednesday. Ruffy with me as ever and ably flanked by Barry Ferguson. Scotland is on our minds, among other things. Yeah, lots to talk about on the programme. Alan Ruff and Barry Ferguson here with me. We're going to talk about Scotland getting ready for the crucial double-headers in the Nations League. But a quick word about Scotland ladies last night against the USA, the world champions, formidable opposition. We thought it was going to be one of those nights, potentially, Barry, where Shelley Kerr's side could have been on the end of a real doing. But what a great performance for them. Only a 1-0 defeat.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, you've always got that fear of one of the best teams coming over and playing against them. But listen, the girls done fantastically well. They're a top team. Let's don't forget that. And it just shows you the confidence. We're getting to the finals that the women's team's got just now.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, Ruffy. I thought they were in for a real scudding last night, but it didn't materialise. And slowly but surely, you know, there's a real feel-good factor that's growing now. And I think on the back of performances like that, more and more people will want to get in and support it. I can see some of the bigger teams eventually starting to put some real money behind it in the future.
Yeah, I think that's what they're looking for, you know, and obviously when you get to high-profile tournaments, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for companies to back them. I think the Scotland team, as well as our own team, were minus 4 or 5 players as well. I don't know what kind of team America brought over with them, but certainly the scoreline itself, if you're going to a championship finals, if you can handle that kind of team, you're going to go there with a wee bit of confidence.
Yeah. Are you available for France if we decide to go to the World Cup?
Seriously thinking about it, yeah, for a week's holiday, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was thinking more work rather than holiday.
Obviously you're over on holiday and you'll catch the games wherever they are.
Okay.
I've found a nice resort.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'd be able to Skype you from some resort that you're in, or would you be up for it?
Oh no, I'll be there in France if I'm invited.
Yeah, right, that's good enough for me. Okay, what about Scotland, the men's side? Listen, trying to pick a side is difficult enough because at the Orium in Edinburgh, where Scotland were training, Gabriel Antoniazzi looked at all the people that have called off.
Alex McLeish's Scotland side are training today just behind me here at the Orium, just on the outskirts of Edinburgh. They're training in preparation for their crunch matches in the Nations League, the double-header. First of all, they're off to Albania on Saturday before they welcome Israel to Hampden Park on Tuesday night. Now, McLeish named his initial squad last week. However, there have been several dropouts and players called up. 2 out of the 3 goalkeepers who were named in the initial squad have pulled out, John McLaughlin and Craig Gordon, being replaced by Gordon's backup at Celtic, Scott Bain, and Kilmarnock's Jamie McDonald. Outfield-wise, there were call-offs from Kevin McDonald, Stephen O'Donnell and centre-half Charlie Mulgrew, leading to call-ups for Hamburg's David Bates, Ryan Jack and United's Scott McTominay. Jack has now also pulled out through injury, and Mikey Devlin will face a late fitness test to see if he will make Saturday's game. Up front there have been struggles as both Lee Griffiths and Stephen Naismith, Scotland's 2 first-choice forwards, are injured. This has led to Stephen Fletcher and Matt Phillips being recalled to the squad, as well as Callum Patterson, who has been leading the line for Cardiff recently and scored 3 in his last 4 games. Now, it's not confirmed which formation McLeish will go with for these 2 games. He's used a 4 at the back and a 5 at the back recently. There's no orthodox right back in the squad, so it could be Kieran Tierney playing right back, perhaps James Forrest in a wing-back position, or even Callum Patterson, who used to play right back for Hearts. If you were Alex McLeish, who would your starting 11 be?
Yeah, listen, it's a tough one to call. As Gabriel mentioned there, so many people pulling out of it. I mean, if you look at the players that have pulled out, Barry, you could actually make quite a half-decent Scotland side from the guys that have, withdrawn from the squad, and here they are. I mean, it's a team in itself that could actually, you would think, go and do a job against Albania.
Yeah, certainly that team that's up there just now, for me, certainly up front would go there and certainly cause problems. I think they would score goals. It's a hell of a lot of players have pulled out for reasons that we don't really know about. I know they're saying they're injured, but it is a lot of players to be injured to pull out. It's disappointing. I don't actually know what's going on, but it's the first time I've seen that amount of guys withdraw for the squad.
Yeah, that should have been, never mind alternative Scotland 11, injured Scotland 11, and of course withdrawals for one reason or another. And that brought and prompted Peter Grant to say, well, listen, you know, if you don't want to play for Scotland, you could be actually slamming the door on your international career. We've been talking about it all week, Ruffy, and I think the backroom staff and Alex McLeish are of the same view.
Yeah, and I would like to think that the players who are there at this precise moment in time are going to put their body in the line for Scotland will be feeling that as well. Yeah, every player will have a different reason why they're not there, but he's really narrowing it down to the guys they feel that are more interested in club football than international football, and these are the guys who I think they won't pick. You know, it's as simple as that. You can't go through a campaign of any sort with players there who are turning up, want to give 100% for their country, and you get guys who are just going to turn up whenever it suits them. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, Alex McLeish will know the players that, for want of a better word or phrase, are at it.
Yeah, he will. We'll be obviously keeping it close to his chest, but he'll know that there's certain players that he thinks that could have been there, that have pulled out for various reasons, with injuries or whatever. But it'll be interesting to see come the next club games how many of these guys that have pulled out will be playing with their clubs. What's
your view then on players that say, well, I'm not available for these games? You know, should they ever be picked again?
Well, that depends if their injuries are serious injuries. It's enough to keep them out for a few weeks and, as I say, miss their next club game.
What if it's somebody who says, I want to concentrate on my club career?
Depending on age, if a player has been carrying an injury for a number of years, and he's coming towards the end of his career, that he might need that rest in between, then I could see there being that excuse that, look, listen, it's fine, go and concentrate on the last year or two of your club career. But guys that are pulling out 25, 26, 27, I find that strange. For me, I was always available to play with my country. And I think if you ask anybody, when your country comes calling, you go and play. I know I missed quite a few games, but I had a chat with the previous managers. It was friendly games that they wanted to, at that stage, go and see other players, how they handled the international scene. So quite a number of times that I get labelled against me, I pulled out because of injuries. It wasn't. It's because the manager had spoken to me and says, look, I want to see other guys in your positions in case you get injured in the future.
Yeah, but these are big games, Ruffy. These are, we need you. No excuses.
We don't need to be talking about them. You know, we don't let them go back to their clubs. We should be 100% focusing on the games that are coming up, as everybody in the camp will be just now. You know, so these are the guys we should concentrate on. And I have to say, with the amount of players that we threw up there in two teams, we have got decent players. You know, in both of these stills that we put up there. You know, if we could get them all together and manufacture a team, we should be not too bad.
Yeah, we're always looking and picking out certain players that should or maybe should feel aggrieved. I mean, Richard Foster made a telling case for Xander Clark. Peter Grant mentioned the fact that he felt as if maybe the 6-0 defeat to Celtic just kind of assuaged their thinking.
No, the bit I picked up on, Peter, was I didn't take this into consideration at all, but Bain went to Peru. You know, he was in that squad. You know, he put himself out there, and they were really impressed by him over there. You know, and everything that he did. And then you have to say, any time he's come in for Celtic, he hasn't let them down. So I think it's a bit of a, pat in the back, saying like, you're one of the guys who made an effort to come away to Mexico and Peru. We liked what you did. Here's a wee bonus here. I can see why Xander Clark would be upset because he is on form. But if you throw that reasoning into it, then you can see why they're taking Maine.
Yeah, I've got to ask you about the possible team, because it's been so difficult to try and come up. Here's an 11 that I think maybe 90%, 95% could be in that starting 11, Barry. Are there any tweaks or changes there? Given, of course, the fact that Mikey Devlin's facing a race against time to win his first cap.
Well, I'm looking at that team, Peter, and that's a strong team for me. That's a team that's more than capable of going to Albania. I look at that midfield three. I think McGregor will sit the deeper one, which he's been doing for Celtic the past few weeks with Scott Brown been out. I agree with it's up there. I think Tierney will go back to right back. He played there obviously under Gordon Strachan, and I thought he was fantastic there. I don't like him at centre half. I know he can play that because a good player can play anywhere. But again, the two centre backs, they know each other. They're playing at Aberdeen. You're saying Mickey Devlin could be out injured. If the case, I think Bates will come in and win his first cap. But look, Forrest and Fraser for me can win you a game. Up top is my only question mark. I mean, if you've got an Azy or a Lee Griffiths there, I'm looking at that team that you put up in. That's a strong Scotland team for me.
Strangely enough, Ruffy, I hate to hark back to it, but the problems that Gordon Strachan had are still there for Scotland now. Even if you look at the qualities of Andrew Robertson and Kieran Tierney, we don't have a definitive back four playing in positions that you would think can stop a team from scoring goals.
I would agree with you 100% if it was a top team. These two teams aren't the top teams. You know, if we were coming against Portugal or Italy or Germany or Holland or the likes, you know, I would think it would be backs to the wall, but it's not. It's Albania who, if we saw them at Hampden, they were just comfortable. You know, they didn't come and hurt you. They didn't, you know, put you under any pressure. They just play. I think they're one of these teams who just play the same away from home as they do at home.
Yeah.
You know, so it's up to us to come up with a goal scorer. I just think that's what we need.
Yeah. Of the 11 that we showed you there, is there anybody that you think we've
I know
missed?
you're saying Fletcher's would expect to play because he's been asked to come back in. I would like to think Alex said, look, I'd love you to come back. There's no guarantee you're going to be playing. Let's see how you are at the training for the whole week we're there. And then he has to make a decision.
Yeah. My only thinking behind Fletcher is, one, the experience of a guy that I think if you call him and say, look, this is where we're at, we need you. But you also have to look at this. This is a side that they're away from home, and you need an out ball. You need somebody who can hold the ball up and get you out. And I'm looking at the others. While Ollie McBurney can run his heart out, I just don't see. Matty Phillips might be there. I've been impressed with Matty Phillips at times. He might be the man, but we need somebody to get us up the park.
I think we've got that with the two wide boys.
Yeah.
I think Fraser and Forrest, for me, have got to be searched to play away from home. They can carry the ball 30, 40 yards, but I agree with you. I think we need a focal point up front. And listen, I've always liked Fletcher as a player.
He's not an out-and-out goal scorer, Barry.
No, but he can hold the ball in and he can bring others into play.
Yeah.
That's one thing that Fletcher can do. He's different from McBurney, as you say. McBurney's more of a workhorse. But again, I forgot about Matty Phillips. I played with Matty Phillips. Matty Phillips he's a powerful guy.
Yeah.
He can play through the middle. Again, he can hold the ball up and he can score a goal, Matty Phillips. So it'll be interesting to see who he plays up top. But for me, certainties is that midfield five with McGregor just anchoring. Then you let McGinn and Armstrong get beyond the striker, and your two wide boys in Forrest and Fraser can, as I say, any given day they can win you a game of football.
Yeah, even Armstrong hasn't set the heather alight at troubled Southampton, but he's certainly enjoying his time back in the international scene. And the question was put to him about Scottish football. Does he miss it?
I wouldn't say I miss Scottish football. I think I had my time here, and I was very grateful for it, and had a lot of nice memories. You know, Dundee United. That feeling breaking through as a young player and, you know, experience first team football was incredible, and something that you dream about when you're younger, and you know, playing regularly for them, and then that move to Celtic, playing for in my view the best team in Scotland, and to experience success there and make history was something I'll never forget. But I think for me as an individual, I wanted something new and a new challenge. And if I hadn't taken that opportunity, I think I would have regretted it.
Yeah, interesting for Stuart Armstrong. I've spoken to him on a good few occasions. Good lad, intelligent, knows what he wants in life. He swapped the medals for basically a relegation battle at Southampton, and he's become a little bit of a bit part player at times.
Yeah, but I mean, most players will tell you now that the way you test your career is to play in England, and if you get a chance to do it, you do it. I'm sure his wages will be better. The games that he'll be going to will be 100 times better than some of the venues he'll be going to up here, and he'll be enjoying every minute of it. It seems to be a wonderful league, playing against wonderful players, and you challenge yourself against the best.
Are you a fan
of Armstrong? Yep, I liked him. I did. I thought he was a real promising player, obviously at Dundee United, and he went into Celtic, and at times he looked a proper footballer. But for me, it's all about, I made the mistake once, it's all about winning trophies for me. I know you want to play against the best, but Celtic at the end of the day are a massive club. They're vying to get into the Champions League. If you're not in the Champions League, you're in Europa League. As you says, he's down at a team that really are always each season going to be struggling.
Yeah, it's a strange choice though, Barry, because as you just mentioned, you're just picking up on that point. I mean, he'll never see European football again unless he joins a bigger club.
I mean, I know he was successful. He had obviously the double treble a couple of years in a row. But for me, it's when you finish playing, I look back and the trophies that I won and the medals that I won. I know the Premier League is the place that everybody wants to go. But ultimately, you want to win things.
Yeah. You won things at Birmingham as well, though, to be fair. You won something that sets you in the history books.
Yes. Well, to be honest, I don't think, I'd never thought it was going to happen.
Neither did I on the day.
No, listen, it was one of the ones, I'm not going to say it was lucky, because at the end of the day, we done well to get to the final.
Did you not win man of the match?
Yeah, no, I think that was a semi-final.
Yeah.
But listen, it was another winner's trophy, but look, I can understand, I can see where he's coming from. He wants to go and try and play against the best in the world, but at the end of the day, for me, it's all about playing and winning medals.
Yeah. Okay, so what about the golfing class then? Because this is something that was put to Stuart Armstrong, the difference between playing for Celtic and then going down there and playing in the Premier League.
It's different. It's completely different. As I said before, Premier League, obviously, there's a lot of tough games every single week. You're not sure what the result's going to be. But I wouldn't say the golf and drift. You look at the Celtic boys playing Leipzig during the week and having a positive result. So I don't think the golf in that sense is too extreme. I wouldn't say it's a fair statement to say otherwise.
It's a strange thing. It's something that every footballer who goes down there is asked. It's almost as if it's some kind of justification, vindication of our league. Our league, we know where we are, Ruffy. It's poor. It's getting better, but it's still poor.
Yeah, it is, and that's probably one of the reasons that he's left, without mentioning certain teams. That, I mean, you see the games on a Saturday, the stadiums are empty. There's no atmosphere at some of the stadiums up here, even in our Premier League. That's unfortunate the way it is. He's now going down to stadiums that are going to be capacity filled, and if he gets a game, we're going back to, as Barry said, playing against fantastic players, and you have to say it. I mean, I know he didn't say it, but there'd be nobody, I'm not saying nobody, there wouldn't be many in our Premiership would get a game in their Premiership.
At the top end?
Any end.
Yeah.
Any end, so that's what
the best
done.
Players here?
Yeah.
Wouldn't get a game in the bottom end of the Premier League?
I'm not saying none of them, I'm saying there isn't many would get a game in the English Premiership.
just wanted to get the wording right.
Do you know the difference I felt when I went down there? It was the final third in the games.
Yeah.
It was that bit where it was bang, 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 the quality was unbelievable.
Yeah.
In the midfield and the defensive third, it wasn't really much of a difference, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, I remember speaking to Craig Gordon and he said to me the difference for him as a goalkeeper was the strikers were that good that they hit the ball earlier and technically were so good that you as a keeper had even less time to adjust because they were so quick thinking.
Yep. When you come up against the top teams, if you played them on your home patch, you had a chance. tighter grounds, but when you went away to like the Emirates and Old Trafford and whatever, White Hart Lane at the time, Stamford Bridge, it was hard. You know, it was, because you were coming up against top players. But that's what you want to do. You want to try and see how you come up against the guys.
Which player gave you the absolute runaround?
I want to say runaround. The hardest games I probably had against players was probably Paul Scholes or Gerrard.
Yeah.
That was the two that you knew you were in a game. You're like, wow, these two are top class. But there was many top class players. But it was great to come up against them.
Yeah.
But I always go in defence of our league up here. It is a difficult league. It's okay at home when you're playing with Rangers. See, when you go to your fur parts and your time castles, it's difficult places to go and play your football. And I've seen many players come up, whether it be for the Premier League down south or for a top league in Europe. I've seen players come here and struggle.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Don't name names because it'll become a back page headline. Write them down in Ruffy and I'll look at them after. Couple of things to talk about before we finish. Dolly Menga accepts a 2-game ban for violent conduct. Don't think it's like Craig Levine the other week there when they were talking about trying to defend the player. He says we didn't really have a lot of evidence to help him.
No, he had to take the 2 games. He put his head towards the guy in a forward motion, so it's 2 games.
Yep, okay. Hearts, £1.8 million profit for Hearts. And this is off the back of, obviously, Anne Budge against, committing to this £18 million redevelopment of the stand. I mean, it's great times for Hearts.
Yeah, it's good times for the full club, the fans. The fans will be excited about her. Again, I've said it many times on this programme, Peter, she's a owner that a lot of clubs would love. She's passionate about the club and she puts her money where her mouth is and invests it into the club. And it's certainly a club and a team that's going to go places, I think, over the next few years.
Yep. Claudio Ranieri's back in football in Britain. Ruffy's the new manager of Fulham. I looked at Fulham's odds today, bottom of the league, to win the Premier League. It's 5,000 to 1. It's a bit spooky, that line, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't think there'll be many punters getting into the bookies and betting that one. But again, it's another club who, in trouble, identifies somebody who's got a track record in that league, and they're relying on him pulling them out.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you two might go on to pastures new at some point. I hope you stay with us. We keep the team together. But if you do go, do you expect a £5 million bonus?
I'll need to check my contract.
I'm just thinking, Richard Scudamore, every club's to contribute £250,000. I think 4 or 5 clubs have said, well, wait a minute. They're not happy about paying that to him. But when you consider when he joined as the Premier League in England's chief executive, I think the TV deals were around about maybe 600 million. Now it's 5.4 billion.
Well, he's certainly done a good job in the TV contracts. But listen, it's a decent payoff. Me and Ruffy will need to have a wee look at our contracts.
Well, he's been 19 years there, Ruffy. I mean, people are up in arms about it, but I think if you've got it in your contract and there's a payoff and the majority of them are sanctioning it, and you can understand why.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens in high-profile companies. The chief executives seem to get big payoffs. If you do the job that you're asked to come in and more, and you're bringing money into it, then why not?
Yep, okay. There you are, summed up beautifully by Ruffy. We'll check the terms of Barry's contract with Kelty and ourselves. I reckon he'll be back here on Friday. Anyway, thanks from Ruffy and Barry and from myself, Peter Martin. Thanks for watching.